Welcome back to another crypto video. Hey everyone, how are you doing? I hope you're doing amazing. Thank you for jumping back into another Jacob Cryptobury video. Today we're going to look at the graph. So yeah, what's good everyone? Hope you're doing good. And yeah, we're going to look at the graph today because we've got some really bullish news that I wanted to cover, as well as basically looking at the price, because I think we're pretty undervalued, like retrospectively speaking, and with everything that we've got coming up, it does look super strong. So we're going to look at some different kind of news, look at some key price areas as to why I think the graph is likely to go up in the long-term future. And I'm still pretty bullish on this very much project. It reminds me of when the project was first launched, and it was quite young, and we're back at that kind of medium sort of floor price. So it could potentially be a good area to pick up some more graph if you believe in the project, if you like the tokenomics, if you like what the product actually offers. So yeah, we're going to jump into it, guys. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, of course. Hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment down below. That also really helps. And massive thank you to our 4 patrons here. So let's crack on, shall we? So what we had here, we had a bit of news from the other day. The Graph Foundation allocates 1.72 million in Wave4 grants. It's an exciting time for those contributing towards the development of Web3. Last year, the Graph Foundation allocated over 9 million to 100 grantees in Wave 1, 2, and 3. So for Wave 4, the Graph Foundation is excited to distribute over 1.7 million to over 30 grantees to continue improving upon the Graph protocol, support dApps building with subgraphs, and grow the community as a whole. So they're really working on the community growth, building the infrastructure, the development. And you can see here they even put like a breakdown of all of the costs, which is quite nice to see as well. So lots of transparency in the actual project itself. It's really cool to see. Another bit of news is from like another week before that. The Graph Foundation secures 50 million in strategic GRT sale to decentralized Web3. So they're really looking ahead in the future. They're following the trends. And you can see this new funding will support grants for core development efforts. And I think that's really important to take notice. So if you want to have a little read of that, hop onto the Graph's website, look at the blog section, and you can have a little bit, do your own research kind of thing as well. So I think that's quite important to always do your own research. So let's hop into the chart today. We rank 52, trading at a whopping $0.41 billion. $1 billion, a whopping 0.41 cents more, like market cap 2.5 billion. We can see total supply is 10 million, max supply is 10 million, and of that 6.15 billion are in total circulation. And sorry, that was 10 billion, not 10 million. Oh God, I need to wake up, don't I? I need a slap in the face or a bit of cold water. We can see on the 30-day time frame we're down a whopping 40%. On the 14 days we're down 22%. So pretty harsh correction for the graph when we look at the previous all-time high. And I think it's important to actually look at that particular level. If we were to look at the correction, I'm pretty sure, without even knowing, it's going to be between 80 and 90%. 86%. So that's a huge correction, guys. That's like, people would be FOMOing in here at $1.64. We are in pounds, by the way, so that'd be like $2. But now we're here. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. It's like if your favorite pair of shoes, or your favorite car, or your favorite food, wow, the sky's so beautiful, was on an 80% discount. Would you walk away from it, or would you buy it? You'd be hoarding it. You wouldn't be buying one. You'd be filling up your whole freaking wardrobe. Like, come on. This is an 80% discount for a project that is truly, fundamentally sound. It's strong. You can see we had a lot of support over here at the 0.3 level, but we did break that. But it looks like we're consolidating on that support level once again. So if we were to bring up our Fibonacci retracement from the beginning of the impulse, we can see that we've come under that 0.786, which is usually quite a bullish scenario in a bull market situation. And even if we bring up here, we're all the way back down to that Fibonacci zone. On the daily time frame, we were pretty much oversold on the 20th of January, and we're just slowly picking up again. We're still under that 20-day moving average. We did lose our support level over here at 0.44. So we've got a lot of new resistance levels to potentially retarget, and I think 0.44 is one of the first, to be honest. As you can see, we lost that support very quickly and we just dropped all the way back down here. We do have a resistance level over at 0.34, so we can also draw this one in for particular resistance. But I think if we can break through that 0.34 resistance level, then we'll be able to retrace and retarget those 0.44 levels, which of course will be very, very bullish. And we're talking about an impulse of 15% followed by a potential impulse of 28%. Of course, they seem like very, very, very big numbers, but now we're at pretty much the bottom. That's where we can start to see these big percentages, these big increases. As you can see, lots of greed in the market, fear, greed. Now we've got fear again. So we would speculate that we're going to get a bounce here should the bull market continue. Maybe we get a retest of the support and then we see a continuation to the upside. That's at least the way I would like to see it. So I'm potentially going to start dollar cost averaging on the graph now. Now we're at these much lower, more reasonable price levels. The last time we were, pricing here, we sort of pumped the upside back in June. But of course, this was when Bitcoin also took a big pump and we saw a nice pump by 100%. The price doubled over the next few days. So you can see we're in this big downtrend on the 4-hour time frame. Lower highs, just lower highs. It's almost like one giant falling wedge actually. And I think that is extremely, extremely bullish that we could easily bounce out of this now. You see we had lots, it's completely shifted from an uptrend to a downtrend. Higher lows, higher highs, and now we got those lower highs and also the lower lows. And I think this is where we might start to see the reversal in this particular reaccumulation zone. If I just quickly grab the rectangle, this is a really, really ideal, in my opinion, sort of area to be reaccumulating. If you bought at this price here in January, if you bought at this price here in June, now potentially here in January 2022, 1 year later, could it be a really, really opportunity for a big bounce to the upside? That is what I'm thinking, because I think it's much more likely that we get a bounce, even if it's just a small bounce. You take profits at the resistance zone than falling all the way back to like 0.21. So on the 4-hour time frame, we just playing around with that 20-day moving average. On the hourly, you can see we're not even, it looks like a pretty good time to potentially buy. On the RSI we're at 32 and this is on a resistance level, a support level, so it could be potentially likely that we do get a strong bounce here actually as well. I'm really thinking that we could get a nice bounce here to around 3.31 and then we get a breakout from this descending triangle almost. So that's also another opportunity. Looking very messy on the analysis side, to be honest, so I apologize for that. But yeah, it does look like we've had a bit of a sell-off, and you can even see here on the 30 minutes we're oversold, so it could be potentially a good time to buy. When we're oversold here on the RSI, every time we're getting a bounce back up to the the prior resistance level. Oversold, bounce, oversold. Do we get a bounce here? That's what I'm anticipating. We're at 0.3 pounds. I really think this is where we get that bounce and we come retest this 0.31 level. So of course it's not a huge movement. You're looking at a 5% movement, which isn't bad. Chuck a bit of leverage on there, forget about it. Wake up in the morning. You were crying or you're smiling. So that's what I'm looking at, guys. The graph, very, very bullish, and also this big recovery here demonstrates massive strength in the project itself. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for checking it out. If you're new here, do smash that subscribe button. Remember, leave a like, leave a comment down below, become a patron if you wish. If you want to be a patron or join the Discord, you can find that in the description below. You'll receive a free ebook here, and yeah, you can basically become part of the family, part of the Jacob Crypobury family. You get Discord access, one-on-one messaging, and much, much more. So I appreciate your support. See you in the next video. Leave some suggestions down below. I will read through all your comments. And yeah, have a great evening, guys. Bye for now.